I'm Edouard, the co-founder and CEO of Numeral, the new standard for payment operations. Before launching Numeral, my co-founder Hicham and myself worked at fintech companies Konto and IBAN First. Like all successful fintechs, Konto and IBAN First partner with multiple banks to deliver their services. We experienced firsthand the difficulty of leveraging partner banks because of the complexity of connecting with them. The multiplicity and complexity of bank connectivity solutions often resulted in long and costly implementation projects. At Numeral, we believe that banks are essential partners to fintechs and the most reliable and cost-effective way to access payment schemes and networks. That's why we created Numeral, to facilitate and accelerate integrations between fintechs and banks. Numeral helps fintechs scale their payment operations and banks to acquire and retain strategic fintech customers. Banks play a central role in the economy and in the fintech ecosystem. Banks finance companies and keep their funds safe. They act as advisors to companies and help them grow and thrive. They also act as the gateway to payment networks and schemes. Behind every neobank or next-generation payment service provider is a bank partner. Actually, no single payment is sent or received without going through a bank. Although banks may not be as hyped as some fintechs, they remain the best way to process payments at scale. This unique advantage comes from dozens of years of operations, robust systems and processes, huge volumes of payments, and significant economies of scale. Yet, when we talk to account managers at major banks across Europe, we often hear that what their customers, and especially their fintech customers, want and need is not financing or lower fees, but better software and APIs. In 2022, most banks still do not have APIs for their corporate customers. They might have open banking APIs, but they are not a good fit for companies with large volumes of payments. And when they do have corporate APIs, they are often scattered and incomplete. The truth is that banks did not wait for open banking regulations and APIs to open their systems to their corporate customers. Every corporate bank has one or multiple direct connectivity solutions, usually in the form of an EBIX, SFTP, or SwiftNet file server that companies connect to upload and download payment and report files. Numeral combines the reliability of banks with the flexibility of a modern API. By connecting banks to our platform, we aim to create win-win-win relationships between fintechs, banks, and Numeral. At the core of Numeral are banks and real-time bank integrations. Numeral securely connects to banks using their existing direct connectivity channels to exchange payments and report files with the bank. Numeral then abstracts the diversity and complexity of bank protocols and file formats with a single API that is easy and quick to integrate and enables fintechs to build real-time custom payments and reconciliation workflows. Numeral enables fintechs to focus on their products rather than on bank integrations. After we connect a bank to the Numeral platform, our mutual fintech customers can connect to the bank through the Numeral API. It saves them the hard work of developing complex bank integrations and managing bank protocols, authentication and encryption, file generation and parsing, and data reconciliation. In addition to modernized bank connectivity, our mutual fintech customers can use Numeral's advanced features to scale their payment operations through programmatic payment approvals, reconciliations, and real-time notifications. As we look at their business and operations and map their payment flows and processes, we can also guide fintechs towards the banks that will best fit and serve their needs. Numeral enables banks to stay technologically relevant. Banks connected to the Numeral platform are uniquely positioned to acquire and retain strategic fintech customers and accelerate implementation projects thanks to our API-first platform. Numeral accelerates the APIification of banks. Numeral develops integrations on top of banks' existing direct connectivity solutions and exposes them through a single API. We do it at scale and at no cost to the banks. Numeral accelerates implementation projects. By abstracting the complexity of bank systems and integrations, Numeral accelerates and reduces the cost of implementation projects. With Numeral, fintechs can start sending and receiving payments and generating revenue and deposits for their partner banks much faster. They also tend to accelerate the migration from other bank partners, payment service providers, and banking-as-a-service providers more quickly. As implementation projects become shorter, banks can also better allocate their internal resources. Numeral helps banks acquire strategic fintech customers. Numeral supports leading fintechs such as Pendesk and Swile in accelerating their most strategic projects around payments. Today's tech companies are tomorrow's leaders in industries as diverse as financial services, insurance, real estate, temp work, or retail. They build unique products, deliver distinctive user experiences, grow large customer bases, and build defensible market position. Banks supported by Numeral can tap into this new category of customers by enabling them to build best-in-class payment experiences, win them against the competition, and turn them into strategic customers. And payments are only one element of the long-term relationships banks are building with fintechs as they grow, expand geographically, acquire companies, and finance their growth, sometimes all the way to an IPO. Numeral helps banks retain and grow their fintech customers. By working with Numeral, banks enable their teams to focus on accelerating the adoption of new payment products by their fintech customers rather than on technical discussions. As Numeral adds support for new products released by banks, such as SEPA Instant Credit Transfer or Virtual IBANs, joint fintech customers can access those new products by changing a few lines of code instead of going through another implementation project. With Numeral, banks can increase the adoption of new products and reduce time to revenue. By combining a bank's financial services, operational excellence, and advisory role with Numeral's technology and support, we guarantee that our joint fintech customers remain happy and loyal long after their successful implementation projects. As we are pacing towards processing more than 2 billion euros of payments over the next 12 months, we are on track to reshape the relationships between banks and fintechs, looking to build payment products and experiences. By combining the reliability of banks with the agility of a modern API, we look forward to the next phase of fintech innovation and the next generation of fintechs. Thank you very much.